Good morning and welcome to ZJ Nation. Thank you for joining us today on the Ask the Scientist call. My name is Ryan Palmer, Vice President of Sales for ZJ International, and you are tuned into our weekly Ask the Scientist call. It is on this call where once a week we dedicate this call to the product, and specifically inviting our Director of Research and Development, Dr. Joshua Plant, to the call, where Josh articulates and expounds a little bit about the product, the science of the product, the effectiveness of the product. Today, however, we'll have a little bit of a different call. We are going to have a chance to hear from Josh and about Moringa and the benefits of Moringa, but we're also going to be talking about the biggest week in the company, in the history of this year, to date at least, and ZJ International next week, of course, being the Summit 2013 in Salt Lake City. So we're going to be talking about the Summit today as well. But before we do that, let's start out the call today by welcoming our Director of Research and Development, Dr. Joshua Plant. Josh, if you had a chance to join us on the call.
I am on the call. Thank you, Ryan, for having me, and it's always a pleasure to be on this call with you.
Well, thank you, Josh. It's a pleasure to call you a friend and a colleague, and of course you and I had a chance to get to know each other really well over the last 2 months as we traveled together all across ZJ Nation on the Race to Summit tour. Of course, you had a chance to participate on that tour. You know that it was on that tour that ZJ introduced the most recent enhancements to our product line, which of course will be launched in its entirety next week at the Summit event. But Josh, as I was out on that tour, we had a chance at the conclusion of every one of those events to get to know ZJ Nation, to get to know our distributors, and on a different level, on a more intimate level, talk about their story, their experiences. And one of the things that I consistently heard was people's experiences with the product alleviating aches and pains and how it was allowing them to feel more vibrant and healthy. And I would like to have you, if you could, from a scientific perspective, could you articulate or expound on why Moringa is so effective in relieving aches and pains and things of that nature?
Oh, I'd be happy to. And this is something that, no matter who we are, is something that is so relevant to us. Everyone faces aches and pains, whether it be we're an active lifestyle, and then after an intensive workout, those aches and pains come that kind of prevent us from being able to work out again sooner, or we may have chronic aches and pains that limit our ability to live the life that we want to. And so this is something that we all experience. And Moringa is a miracle product in helping alleviate this. And the reason it is because it boils down to the vast amount of nutrients, the nutrient density of Moringa oleifera. And nutrients play a key role in alleviating cellular stress. And I know we were talking about aches and pains, but when our cells are stressed, that manifests itself in inflammation and aches and pains. And so if we can get at the root of the problem, alleviating that cellular stress, this will then manifest itself later by helping to alleviate many of those aches and pains. So for example, the reason that nutrients are so critical in helping us alleviate that cellular stress is they serve as the tool in helping cellular reactions go forward. Right? They are, for example, if we imagine making a plate of cookies, nutrients are the oven that cooks those cookies. And so without nutrients, we are just stuck with a whole bunch of cookie batter, so to speak. And as that cookie batter builds up in our cells, metaphorically speaking, that cell is under stress. It wants those end cookie products, but it doesn't have the oven to cook those cookies. And so by having the tools that our cell needs to allow these cellular reactions to go forward, we are able to alleviate those intermediate products, that cookie dough, so to speak. And this is what makes the cells respond so effectively, and this is what alleviates that cellular stress. So for example, one of the biggest components of inflammation in our body is something called homocysteine. Homocysteine is a natural product of the body, but it's an intermediate product, meaning it is as the product is converting one amino acid, alanine, into the amino acid cysteine, it goes through several reactions. And one of those reaction intermediates is homocysteine, which, if it's around for a short time, doesn't cause any problems. But if you are limiting the nutrients that allow that homocysteine to go completely through the reaction all the way to cysteine, you're getting a buildup of this homocysteine. And this creates systematic inflammation throughout the body, aches and pains. And so by giving your body the nutrients that allow that reaction to go forward without any hiccups, your body is able to have the natural levels of homocysteine that it needs. And that doesn't create that inflammation. And that is so vital. And that is just one example. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of metabolic pathways, hundreds, thousands of metabolic pathways in the body, each requiring a specific set of nutrients to allow that reaction to go forward. And so by having limited nutrients in our body, those reactions aren't able to progress as widely as or as efficiently as our body needs, and that puts these cells in an immense amount of stress that then manifests itself as aches and pains that don't allow us to live our life unlimited.
Well, that's fantastic, Josh. I feel like I learned something today. For example, I've noticed that as I use either the Smart Mix or Super Mix as a post-workout supplement, that I'm able to recover much quicker and have a faster recovery time relative to the soreness that I'll feel in my muscles. And what you're telling me is it's because of the nutrients in those products delivered from moringa that is actually allowing to convert that process. Is that correct?
Exactly right. So, for example, when you're working out, you're getting a buildup of lactic acid. This means that your cells are under oxidative stress and they will become sore. Well, that's a natural thing, but it's also natural for it not to be around very long. And we've come to the acceptance that, I worked out, I'm sore for 3 days. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That lactic acid is supposed to be turned over amazingly quick. And what it needs to turn over that lactic acid are antioxidants. Those are the key there. And so that's just one of those thousands of metabolic pathways that help alleviate that aches and pains. That lactic acid is quickly turned into urea, which is then peed out, so to speak, urinated out. But when you don't have those nutrients, that will just sit around for such a long time. And that is why moringa is such an effective botanical and help alleviating stress in our bodies. There are so many different pathways, and what is sad is we don't necessarily, even in the scientific community, know which nutrients are involved where. And that is why, an over-the-counter or off-the-shelf synthetic vitamins are so limited, because that only has certain vitamins that we know in the community, the scientific community, but there are so many that we don't know, and moringa has those because they're found naturally in moringa. It's got quercetin, for example, that is involved in so many antioxidant reactions. It's got benzylamine or moringanine, which is involved in so many exothermic reactions in the body. And you won't find those in very many, if any, synthetic vitamins, because these are so newly discovered and their role in the body is so critical. And so that's what makes moringa so amazing, is that it is a nature's multivitamin. It's got all of the vitamins in their natural state, but it's got all of these vitamins and compounds, phytocompounds, that the scientific community is just now realizing how important they are in our bodies. And so moringa itself is light years ahead of what the best scientists in the world can come up with. And it is a botanical that I love standing behind and endorsing. This product, moringa itself, is an amazing when it's harnessed correctly, and so it has amazing potential when it's utilized properly in today's diet.
Well, thank you, Josh. And it's one of the things that as I hear you talk about it, it's interesting because, my needs, my nutritional deficiencies, if you will be different from some of the participants who are on the call today, just simply because we live a different lifestyle. And what I hear you say is nutrient, because moringa is so nutriently dense and vast relative to the various nutrients that it has, that it's this concept of gap nutrition, that whatever your gaps are, moringa has the power and the ability to be able to supplement and fill those gaps, despite the fact that all of us are going to be a little bit different contingent upon our lifestyle. And I think it's an amazing thing, and it's amazing we're able to harness the power of this amazing botanical. What I'd like to do now, though, Josh, if we can, is maybe just have you talk a little bit on, or maybe give a sneak peek or a snapshot of what somebody can expect to see next weekend at the convention, because I know that you've been working this entire year on developing and preparing to launch new products. What might somebody expect to see at convention, or are there anything that may be exclusive to those individuals who are at the event?
Ryan, there are so many people that are getting me to crack the code of what these products are, and all I can say is the products that we're releasing at convention are cutting-edge They are going to revolutionize the health and wellness industry. I wish I could stress this enough, and the potential that these products have that we're releasing at convention to change lives by increasing our metabolic output. We are able to live that life unlimited, and these products are so effective in doing that. These products, with Russ and I working hand in hand, we are able to come out with the best products in the world that continually lead the market. And what we're announcing at convention are amazing products that people can take, anyone can take, and products also that a product that anyone can take, and then also a product that is going to advance our goals in our health and wellness at amazing rates. And so we are extremely excited for these products. And as you mentioned before, there is also a product that is going to be exclusive at convention. This is something that you won't be able to get after convention. There's only going to be a short day or two at convention where you are able to purchase these products, and they won't be available anywhere else. So come to convention to have the opportunity to not only be educated on the new products that are going to be rolling out throughout the year, but also a product that will be available only at convention. And these products, as a scientist, often it's your discoveries and your innovations that are your baby, and these are our new babies, and we are so excited for these to be implemented throughout Zija Nation and throughout the world to help people build their businesses more effectively, more rapidly, and also, more importantly, to help change lives with the health and wellness that these products offer. And so Russ and I are extremely proud of these products.
Well, thank you, Josh. I'm excited, and we know, of course, that we already did an introduction to a couple of new formulations that you and Russ have been working on. Of course, that of the new formula for Smart Mix and XM Plus, and that will be launched in its entirety at the convention. But what you're referring to now, of course, are a couple of two brand new products in addition to the new formulations that will then also be introduced at convention. So we got lots of exciting stuff that will be happening this year at the summit in Salt Lake City. Again, guys, that's October 10th, 11th, and 12th. If you have not got yourself registered to come out to the event, you need to take advantage of that, and you need to be the first to be able to see and learn about the new products that are being launched and how effective they will be, as Josh had just articulated, in allowing people to achieve their health and wellness and weight management goals. Those products will be introduced at convention, and they will be available to the field in its entirety sometime following the convention. But so you want to be there to have an opportunity to be part of that first exclusive group, to look, see, feel, touch, hear, and be able to purchase some of the products at that event, because I know we have a limited supply yet, so it will be sometime after the event before we can make it available to all of Zija Nation.
Yeah,
in addition to
supply. Go ahead. I'm just saying that these products are going to be purchased immensely quick at convention. These products are going to be flying off the shelf because people will immediately feel the effects that these products have in their bodies, the rate at which they are entering the cell and creating those reactions to go forward are amazing. And so it won't take long for these products to fly off the shelf. So be at convention, because the demand for these products is going to skyrocket as people understand the value that these products have in their lives.
Well, and in addition to new products, of course, there's many other reasons why you need to attend that event. And I'd like to just quickly touch on those real quick and remind everybody that your ability to register for the event, pre-register for the event, right now is only available over the phone. So as we're approaching the convention rapidly here, less than a week away now, you'll have to actually call in, phone into customer service, but they can help you get registered for the event if you have not yet done so. And you can do that, of course, over the phone all the way until tomorrow night at midnight, after which time, of course, you can still register and come out to the event. However, registrations will only be done at the door at that point in time. So make sure that if you haven't done so yet, you're planning on coming out to Utah, go ahead, pick up the phone, make a call, dial into customer service. They can get you registered for the event. And even if you don't get that done by tomorrow night, which I would highly recommend that you do, we still welcome and invite everybody to come out and join us. You can just simply get registered at the door. Now, in addition to new product guys, there's going to be a tremendous amount of tools and information that's going to be delivered, not only from the corporate staff Here at Zija, we articulate the vision of Zija International moving forward into 2014, but you'll also have a chance to hear from an all-star lineup, an all-star cast of keynote speakers, starting, of course, first on Friday night with Les Brown. Les Brown has a tremendous story, one of the best motivational speakers in the world. He'll be addressing Zija Nation on Friday night. And then on Saturday, of course, we're going to have the opportunity to hear from Ed Beasters, one of the top mountaineers in the world. The guy's climbed the 14 tallest peaks in North America, and he's going to relate his experiences in mountain climbing and relate those to everyday life and how you can overcome obstacles and achieve what it is that you want to achieve, how it is that you can achieve your dream, whatever it may be, how you achieve your life unlimited. And then, of course, on Friday afternoon, we're going to have a chance to hear from the resident expert on leadership, and of course, that is John C. Maxwell. So that'll be Saturday afternoon. So new products, new tools, and an all-star cast of keynote speakers. You're going to want to make sure that you have a chance to come out to Salt Lake City, take a tour, see the facility, understand firsthand by taking a tour through the corporate office, through the state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, why it is that Zija is destined to become the next billion-dollar brand. Take the time to run through, look at our pharmaceutical-grade manufacturing site where we harness the power of this amazing botanical Moringa oleifera and deliver it in a product line that is literally changing people's lives with a four-pronged approach. Of course, first and foremost, giving them nutrition, financial freedom, personal development, and the opportunity to live a life unlimited through living an active lifestyle. That's who we are. That's what we're about. Come out, take the chance to see it for yourself. Let it become tangible for you, and use Zija as the vehicle to manifest your dreams in your life. That's our vision for you, and here's to you, Zija Nation, living a life unlimited. The blinds are now open.